Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of Comic Relief, the live weekly talk show for all things comics, capes, and anything else that makes you want to get nerdy with it. We are your hosts. I'm Xndr.
And I'm Jagger.
And tonight we are hosting our first ever roundtable fancasting discussion. Joining us tonight are our special guests. He hosts the Good Kraken Show on twitch.tv, Good Kraken Show, a podcast for nerdy marginalized peoples. Bringing you video game, movie, and TV news, as well as discussions and reviews, with a recent emphasis on AAPI support, which I am a big supporter of as well. Ernell Pearson. Say hello.
Hello. What's happening, y'all? What's happening?
And next we have professional MLB The Show player Ryan Kirby, who in his spare time supplies vocals for bands such as Fit for a King, you may have heard of them, and Our Eternity.
Vocal distributor.
as well as he's an author of the devotional The Embrace, learning to cling to God and love others. I did a little bit of research there.
I actually forgot about that one. It makes me sound way more legit.
I try to build it up a little bit there.
There we go.
But first we got a lot of news to cover.
So much news. We've had so much news just the past 3 weeks alone. Like May.
I thought it was gonna simmer down after you you had that stomach bug.
No,
but no, it's just coming more and more.
It's been constant with all the different big comic book franchises all getting news and series or movies or whatever. It's just May starts blockbuster season for movies, and it's just been the same thing with comic book news.
Amazing.
So, yeah, it's amazing. It's great for us. I mean, we have constant content. Like we're never gonna run out of episodes.
Right.
So to start things off, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania started filming last week at The Volume, the 360-degree filming atmosphere that they used in The Mandalorian. So that's going to be exciting, which means we're going to get some nice dynamic shots, some really action-packed sequences.
You probably explored the quantum realm a lot more too.
Probably. Along the lines of that, Evangeline Lilly may have accidentally leaked the returning villain. She recently posted and then subsequently deleted an IG post. And among the hashtags was #Horstoll, known for his role as Yellow Jacket in Ant-Man 1. So he may be making a reappearance. It's all speculation at this point, but keep an eye out for that. Ginger Gonzaga is reportedly being cast as Jennifer Walters' best friend in the She-Hulk series. It's a series, right?
Yeah, this is gonna be a series.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's exciting. More info on She-Hulk coming out. Next, Jack Quaid, better known as Huey from The Boys, is being cast as Superman in a new animated series, My Adventures with Superman.
Kind of wild to think about that. Like if you know Huey from The Boys.
Right. Yeah, very interesting character to be Superman. Now, do we know where that's being released at?
Not from what I've seen. I haven't seen anything on it yet.
I haven't seen anything either.
I mean, my best guess would be HBO Max.
Yeah.
Because that's where most of the DC stuff's coming out of.
Yeah.
Jeremy Irvine has been reportedly cast as Alan Scott, Green Lantern, for the DC's Green Lantern Corps series. So we're getting more than just the basic Green Lanterns as we know and love. We did this is the one I'm most excited about. We got the first look at Paul Dano's Riddler from the new Pattinson movie, and it's very much like a Zodiac killer vibe, which makes me a little bit more excited for this Pattinson universe because it's going to be a lot more grounded and dark.
Well, they said they were going for more like a film noir kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like really focusing in on Batman's like detective skills, which I am all for.
I'm a fan of, because we've mostly just gotten the ass-kicking Batman, Dark Knight, Savior of Gotham kind of films. We haven't really gotten a whole lot of detective work. Yeah, pretty much. The other part of news that I'm really excited about is the animated Injustice movie / possibly series. They haven't decided which it's going to be yet. It's confirmed that it's in development. The announcement came out as a movie, but now they're leaning towards saying that it's going to be a series or a like TV like film, sort of like they did it back in the early years, where it's going to be like a subsequent, like a series of small movies that make up the story, which will be cool.
I'm down no matter what, you know.
Absolutely. The Injustice game story and the comic book storyline were phenomenal.
I'm still waiting for that those rumors that NetherRealm is working on a Marvel version of Injustice. I'm still waiting to hear about that.
Yeah, Ed Boon keeps dropping teasers about that on Twitter, so it's only a matter of time. Let's see. We got new set photos from the Batwoman TV show. It's showing Luke Fox suiting up as Batwing. So this will be the first live action depiction of Batwing since he
Which is
debuted in the
wild because
comics.
that's pretty recent in the comic books, right? I'm not a huge DC guy, but
it's been like 4 years since
4
Batwing.
years?
Yeah,
got
it's been a
announced.
little bit.
It was
Okay.
like the
I remember.
original was what during DC Rebirth that they did Batwing.
Yes.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense then.
So it's been a couple years now.
Yeah, because I thought it was pretty soon that they brought in Godspeed in the Flash when they did.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
like I
debuted-
said, I don't really pay attention to DC as much.
Yeah, they debuted Godspeed in the show like not even a year after they debuted him in the comics.
Mm,
I think they've been
Okay.
setting him up to be the final villain of the show, which will be good. It'll be interesting to see how they end that out because I think this current season they're in now, they're kind of leaning towards Godspeed a lot more than
okay.
they have in the past.
Which would be
More
fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah, more stars are being announced of joining the Knives Out 2 cast. Kate Hudson has
My girl.
joined the cast.
I have a thing for
So-
Kate Hudson.
Oh,
When I
Jesus.
saw that, I
doesn't?
was like,
Who
oh,
doesn't?
yes.
A nice bit of news from Kevin Feige. He officially went on record saying that he regrets whitewashing the Ancient One in the Doctor Strange film. So he's finally admitting that he's been making mistakes all along, and he wishes he could go back and change things. So I mean, good move on
I actually-
his part. Kind of wish he.
I actually
gone back
read
and just changed it.
something. His official like statement on this. It was actually kind of funny because their mindset of it was we don't want to make a cliche Asian portrayal, which I get
Yeah.
that mindset. But at the same time, like that's another time for another Asian actor to shine. So I don't fault Kevin Feige too much on this, considering that is kind of like, you know, one of those things where it's like, should we do this or that? It's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't, in a way. But
Yeah.
the fact that he understands that dilemma, I mean, that's passable.
And
Right.
at the time, Doctor Strange wasn't really a big property, and it was their first time really introducing him into a live action setting, aside from the Marvel animated shorts that they did.
Right.
So I mean, and that one didn't even really prominently feature the Ancient One. So going with a big name actor like Tilda Swinton was kind of a business decision for him. So I get it, but
Yeah.
again, like it would have been better if it were like a prominent Asian actor
I
for
mean,
that role.
imagine a Jet Li Ancient One. Come on,
Okay, it's not bad.
that would be pretty.
It would have
good.
been dope.
Plus,
That would have been dope.
Plus,
It
plus
would've
I
been
haven't
dope.
seen Jet Li in anything very recently, so I miss some Jet Li action.
He's
He was
cruising
in
up all the-
he was in Mulan.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, he
he's
was.
the Emperor in Mulan. It's
It
not
took me
his
forever
voice.
to watch that
Apparently
because
they,
of Premiere Plus.
yeah, apparently they cast him as the Emperor, but they did a different voiceover. I guess they didn't
Huh.
want his voice in it. I don't.
I don't know why
Really?
they wouldn't want his voice in it.
Yeah. I don't get it either.
Okay.
you
Doesn't
look
make
good
sense.
enough, but you don't sound good enough. I guess.
Story of my life. Opposite.
Right. Retweet.
Opposite.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
You have a face made
you're
for radio,
beautiful.
son.
Shut up. You're beautiful.
All right, the
Jet Li can
Spider-Man
do
No
my
Way
voice.
Home rumor train continues. There's reports saying that they've been using the VFX teams that worked on both of the previous Spider-Man trilogy, or not trilogies, Spider-Man franchises, I should say,
Yeah.
the Raimi trilogy and then the two Amazing Spider-Man films. Again, it's all rumors at this point. Nothing has been confirmed or denied. They've both
I think they're
confirmed
just
and
having fun
denied.
with us.
Yeah, I think they're pulling
Yeah.
a WandaVision with us. Like they just keep confirming, like, yeah, Daredevil's in it. Nah, he's not in it.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield's in it. I'm not in the movie. What are you talking about? Like, there's only a few people who are confirmed, and they're trying to keep as much of it hush hush as possible, which leads me to believe that the movie's going to be very, very epic.
Yeah.
They're notorious for this shit, dude. They're so
Yeah.
much
100%.
playing with us all the time.
Dave Filoni was named the executive creator director of Lucasfilm, which is a big move for them.
Mm-hmm.
This is
and-
where I'll step in because Star Wars, I love Star
Mhm.
Wars. And Dave
Yeah, there
Filoni
you
has
go.
basically been carrying Star Wars on his back.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes, he
Because-
has.
He had nothing to do with the movies, and if they had just given him the trilogy, would have been incredible.
Imagine.
That last season of Clone Wars, was better than every second of the new trilogy.
Wasn't he a lead
absolutely.
creator on the Bad Batch?
Absolutely,
too?
I agree
So,
wholeheartedly.
if you all know how I feel about that new trilogy,
That's fair. That's fair.
it's
So DC's also putting out a Crypto the Superdog animated series, and Dwayne Johnson is going to be voicing Crypto,
Mhm.
which is an interesting choice considering he's so wrapped up in Black
Dwayne
Adam
Johnson
shoots.
from Ballers.
Yeah. From Fast and Furious, you know.
Dwayne LaRock.
That's our future president you're talking about.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I know. Future president's a dog's voice, I guess. Jet Li should have been voice casted for that, you know.
Speaking of big buff dudes, Henry Cavill's in talks for a Highlander reboot.
Oof.
Is
PC
interesting.
gamer.
Yeah, PC gamer extraordinaire.
Yeah.
I actually watched that whole entire video of him building a PC.
I did
it was
too.
like,
I
it
mean,
was
it
like
wasn't
2
for the
a.m.
PC,
I was
let's
like,
be
what
honest.
else is going on? It just came out. I'm like, oh, let's watch this. And screw those two guys with the sticks in the middle of the woods. I'm gonna watch Henry Cavill build a PC real quick.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah.
I could watch him do a lot of different things.
Same.
That's
Yeah, I'd watch him eat
This
cereal
see,
for
I can watch
we
him
should
play
just change this
Superman.
to
I mean,
4
that's-
guys comfortable in their sexuality.
Absolutely.
Henry Cavill.
Is he the best? Is there anybody who could play a better Superman? Whether the movies are good or not is another.
I don't think so. I honestly don't
he
think
is
so.
Clark Kent. He is Clark Kent.
Yeah,
He
there's
looks
absolute-
literally spot on
Yeah,
to
Yeah.
the comic book.
It's too good to deny.
It's absolutely too good.
And he
I
plays,
think that's why Warner Brothers is looking to do the alternate version of Superman, so that they don't have that Clark Kent issue,
yeah.
where they're looking at casting Michael B. Jordan as an alternate version of Superman.
Yeah.
So
I feel like at that you've already found the perfect white guy for Superman. You just can't get another white guy to play Superman ever again.
Yeah, he's
sure.
firmly Superman now until he grows old and passes away.
And then
you
his
know?
son will grow up and look just as chiseled.
and
Yes,
even
it's
then, I'm
exactly
still like,
the
all right,
same
give me
issue.
old man soup.
It's
I'll do
exactly
an
the
old
same issue that we're
Superman.
running in with Wolverine. Like trying to recast somebody after Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, it's hard.
It's not possible.
It's almost impossible to do.
I'm gonna save that for next week's episode, because next week we're doing the mutants. So
Yeah, I have to
I'll
put it on my
save.
list
I'll
for
say.
that.
I'll
I
reserve.
mean, I won't
my-
be here, but I'll just say who should play the next Wolverine. It's Charlie Day.
It's also Hugh Jackman. We should just get Hugh Jackman back. Also, can we talk about the scientific fact that Henry Cavill's actually just reproduces asexually? He spits himself out, and then another Henry Cavill comes out, and that's how they cast him for all these
So
roles.
that's who
There's,
did
act-
the.
there's
the
actually
Witcher.
6 Henry Cavills in the universe right now.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That's why he's everywhere.
It's his
Yeah,
clone that did The Witcher.
They didn't
And then another
actually
clone.
CGI out his mustache after Mission Impossible. It was just his asexual child. His amoeba child that he just spat out of his mouth.
There's a
It's
slight
amazing.
deformity in that one. We don't talk about him.
He
We call
needs a
him
gaming
Fenry.
PC to mine Henry Cavill's.
Oh,
He mines them like crypto.
Oh,
Ooh.
no.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
Cavils.
no.
He has Cavill coin. He just
Cavill
Cavill
coin?
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
we need to start that. We need to. It's gonna be like the next
Cavill
Dogecoin.
coin.
I swear.
Cavill
Cavill
coin to the moon. Cavill coin to the moon.
Oh my
All right.
god.
Moving on from Henry Cavill because we could talk about him all night.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
absolutely.
We got new set photos from Thor: Love and Thunder. Natalie Portman is looking so fine
Mm-hmm.
on that set.
I'm assuming this is a picture that's placed like after she's already wielded Mjolnir and gotten the powers of Thor, because she just
sure.
looks rocking. Like she's
Yeah.
got the leather jacket, she's got the boots and denim. Like she's just like, I'm about to mess shit up. Like
Yeah.
I was
It's
like,
a Black Swan sequel.
While we're on the subject of Thor: Love and Thunder, there's some set photos that show New Asgard rebuilt with potential tourist attractions, showing an Asgardian ship with roller coaster seats.
yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be
Yeah, so-
amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be such a
there's
good
that.
shot.
There's like the play stage that we saw in was it Ragnarok? At the beginning of Ragnarok, where Matt Damon is going to be returning as quote unquote
God.
Loki.
my God.
The third Hemsworth brother that I can't remember. Is it Luke?
Yeah.
I
Um,
think so.
he's gonna be playing Thor in the fake Thor, and then Melissa McCarthy is actually cast as the fake Hela.
Oh gosh.
Oh
Mhm.
my god.
That's gonna be
So
great.
it's gonna be hilarious.
So then there's also a video circulating around that shows Natalie Portman floating near shards of Mjolnir and convulsing.
Mhm.
We're speculating that it's a transformation scene into female Thor.
Yeah,
I hate when that
Which
happens.
I'm telling I'm telling you right now. I said it before. I'll say it again. And I'll keep saying it until it happens. Taika Waititi, if you're listening, which you're not, you need to play Jane by Jefferson Starship when she finally comes into fruition as the female Thor.
And he will die on
Ride
that hill.
wave. I could ride that wave.
Mhm.
That's
He will
dope.
He will die
Yeah.
on that hill.
Just do that slow walk with just like fireworks going off in the background with that Jefferson Starship guitar solo.
I mean, it's Waititi style for sure. He'd do it.
Exactly.
100%. If he got the rights to the song, he would do it.
It sounds like Xander's just been dreaming this for the past like 5 years.
As soon
Like,
as they announced that they were doing that, I was like, it's perfect. It's perfect. The name is called Jane.
My God.
I was first talking about Natalie Portman walking towards you with fireworks behind her, but sure. Yeah.
Listen,
The name,
guys,
yeah,
guys,
the
guys.
song.
My wife might be watching. Okay, let's just simmer down.
My wife is watching, and I'm saying yes. Taking a little bit of a sadder tone, Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, he announced that the sequel would have included Brainiac, and I am severely upset that we're not
Son
going
of
to
a
get an
bitch.
on-screen Brainiac.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
That
I
would
know
be
all this
really
great
awesome.
news, and then it's just like, oh, by the way, Brainiac would have been on screen, and I'm just like,
No, just
No.
rub the
I
dirt
would have
in
loved
further.
to see Zack Snyder's version of Brainiac too. Like,
Do you
I feel
guys
like he would have
see
been just
the-
so.
Sorry, do you guys see the Snyder Cut having had given them leverage to potentially have Snyder do another Justice League film?
That's
Quick
what I thought.
answer.
It was,
not
that's
at
what I
Warner
thought it
Brothers.
was. That's what I thought it
It'll-
was leading to. I thought it was gonna be picked up by another another company. Like,
Yeah.
all right, we want to make this happen, or even
Yeah.
like a couple of other like filmmakers and stuff like that. They would combine their resources to create their own studio to make this shit happen. But I mean,
There's been rumors of that happening for the past few months. I mean, a lot of actors have been in support of him, saying that they would support Snyder if he decided to open his own studio for DC films.
Mhm.
Christopher Nolan was on board. Hans Zimmer was on board. Danny Elfman was even on board. He was like, "Yeah, dude, if you need anything, let me know."
Is he
So-
the Dave Filoni of DC? If they let him,
I mean,
Gosh,
kind of, yeah. I
imagine
can see
that.
it. Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
that.
should they just say
Man.
do whatever you want with DC? We trust you, kind of like Star Wars is doing with Dave Filoni.
imagine Dave
Now,
Filoni making a
yeah.
live action Titans series. I mean, I know we have a live action Titan series that's pretty good, but Dave Filoni as a creative helm for a Titan series.
Dave Filoni just kind of needs to do everything, a little bit of
Yeah.
everything, you know?
I
DC
agree.
needs one
Absolutely.
person to kind of just take the reins because it is so confusing what they're
Zack
trying to
Snyder.
accomplish.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Sorry, something got in my throat there.
Oh yeah.
Is the Snyder cut in your throat? You had the Snyder throat.
It
We got
cuts
the
deep,
Snyder
man.
throat.
Cuts deep. The Snyder throat? Ew. It's gross.
Oh, we got Billy in chat saying, "Give me Old Republic movie." I
Needs to be a
agree and
show.
disagree. I would
to be a
say,
Game of
give
Thrones
me an
style
Old
show.
Republic series.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Old Republic
yes,
series.
That is-
Yes.
And when I say Game of Thrones style, I mean huge budgets,
Death,
huge
just death
long
everywhere.
running.
actors, and I want hour to hour and a half long episodes, like
Oh, yeah. I
8
agree.
to 11 of them every season.
Yeah, give me a solid
Yes,
hour.
yes.
Give me a solid hour of the Old Republic and just
Mhm.
follow all the stuff from like KOTOR and KOTOR 2.
Yeah.
And
Keanu
expand
Reeves.
outwards.
Is Revan?
Ooh.
Absolutely.
Oh, so wait,
yeah.
so Ryan, I will let you know. So Billy or Arsonist in chat, he's such a huge KOTOR fan. He actually named his son Revan.
Yes.
It's
So
a
I
cool
think-
name.
That-
Yeah,
Objectively,
so I
it's
think
a
you'd
cool
appreciate
name.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Have you read
That
any of
tech,
the? I've even been reading the High Republic books, which is the
Ooh,
first
I-
book.
I think I read one of the Darth Bane novels back in the day. I think that's the only.
I don't know what's
remember which
canon
one.
anymore. And
Yeah,
remember
I don't think
when
it is.
sidestepping whenever was it what's her name, Kathleen Kennedy? I try to remove her from my memories.
yeah.
The one in charge of Star Wars right now, she said that there's like hardly any source material, so it's really hard to come up with Star Wars stuff.
Oh my god!
Such a liar.
Happened, I was like,
That's-
are you kidding me? Why? Why
Such
would
a
you
There's
lie?
so much source material. You just made it all not canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, granted, though, they are working on a New Republic video game. So
Yeah.
that is something that they're working on right now. So it could be some level of canon. I know, like Force Awakens, or not Force Awakens.
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. Yeah. Wait, is it Force Unleashed? The game,
Yeah.
the last game that they came out with. Yeah.
Yeah, Force Unleashed.
That
Force Unleashed too.
kind
Star
of
Killer.
loosely. Yeah. That kind of loosely canonized a bunch of shit too. So
Mhm.
you know, who knows? There's a lot of stuff that they
So-
could be doing.
So future Star Wars episode, I'm hearing.
Mm.
Well, speaking,
Xander?
because speaking on that, I will mention this. It was a while ago that I saw it on Instagram, but so there's a Star Wars comic run by Marvel that is said to be canon to
Mhm.
the current Star Wars universe, and in one of those, it shows like Darth Vader back in his heyday, like the in between that we never really saw, and it shows Padme is still alive. Have you guys heard anything on that?
I have
It sounds
not.
to me like Darth Vader's
Me
just
neither.
kind of like bar hopping solo, and you know, just the aftermath of everything.
Like he
He's going
he was
to
out, he was like
Walgreens
out and
before
about
looking.
and like doing something, and like he runs into Padme and she was like leading some like resistance. I'm like, wait a minute, what? And like
That's
I
bizarre.
remember seeing that at like 3 a.m. I was like, I have to check this out tomorrow.
I feel like it's too
Forgot
late
about
for this.
it.
Yeah,
But- But yeah, I think a future Star Wars episode might be in the works. Now that we bring it up.
So we
Um,
had to bring back Palpatine, and
Yeah.
now we have to bring back Padme.
Padme.
Yeah.
Let's just keep
I mean-
bringing back characters.
I mean, Natalie
that-
Portman needs more work, so
Let's just retcon every death in the
Let's-
entire Star Wars series.
And let's
Yeah.
retcon deaths that literally shaped what the entire character of
Yeah,
Anakin
yeah.
Skywalker became.
Yep.
Let's just
So
bring them
that-
all back. Oh yeah,
none of
Padme
them
never
matters.
actually died. She's
that's
good.
what
None of
happens
it
when you
matters.
work backwards. That's what
Yes.
happens when we work
Yup.
backwards from movies that were classics. While we're on Star Wars news, the Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic, which was supposed to be a Mando spinoff, originally centered around Gina Carano's character, has officially been scrapped because of her being fired.
Yeah.
So no more Rangers of the New
Nice.
Republic. They're probably going to reshape that budget into something else. From what I've researched, I did research that a little bit.
Just give all the money to the Ahsoka series,
Yeah,
Oh yes, I
Yep.
would love that.
Yep.
Just-
Yeah.
or the Old Republic. We're not gonna
Yeah.
complain.
give me an Old
Yeah.
Republic series instead of
Yeah.
the New Republic. Yeah, I'm good with that. 2 more bits of news, and then we can get on to the fan casting. There's rumors that John Bass has joined She-Hulk as Rick Jones. I don't know a whole lot about She-Hulk. That's
James.
more Xander territory, but
So Rick
I'm assuming
Jones,
that's very exciting.
And Hulk. Just like-
Rick Jones from
Rick
what
James
I
is-
recall. Rick James. But
Yeah,
Rick
it's gonna
Jones
say
from what I
he has to
remember.
say his
Let me
name
look
at least
this
once
up.
in the movie for brand
Yeah.
recognition, and like we can't do this. This is a Marvel movie. It's just like no.
And he needs to say, "I refuse. I refuse to not do
One
this."
time, please.
Rick Jones, bitch.
It's like, look, if they can retcon every depth in Star Wars, I can do this.
Yeah.
Right? Let's-
I can say Rick James as I turn into the
yeah.
Hulk.
Oh hey,
Um,
I'm Rick Jones. Rick James? No. But no,
No.
from what I recall, Rick Jones ends up becoming the character known as A-Bomb. He is also he's mutated by the DNA of another gamma related person. I think it might actually be from the Hulk. But basically he turns into a blue armored Hulkling kind of dude that looks badass in my opinion.
I think he gets
Um,
it from Thunderbolt from Red Hulk,
Was it Red
Oh,
Hulk?
okay.
if I remember correctly. I think so. Yeah.
I've been waiting for them to give me Red Hulk for years, so if this is going to be leading me to that, then I'm 100% for it.
I mean,
There
they've
we
been
go.
teasing the shit out of Thunderbolts for
Mhm.
God.
the past couple of shows now. I mean, like they had the I'm blanking on so much stuff. In Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they had Helmut Zemo get sent off to the raft, and that's kind of like how that sort of thing spins off.
Well,
and then
here's the
with
thing.
them introducing Taskmaster in the new Black Widow movie, he's also part of the Thunderbolts. So there's a
here's the
bunch of
thing.
different shit.
They've now officially revealed every member of like the main long ongoing Thunderbolts roster. I mean, we've had Justin Hammer, Thunderbolt Ross, Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, US Agent, Helmut Zemo, and now Taskmaster that rounds out the main roster. And I'm like,
And Rick
okay.
James.
And also-
and Rick James.
And Rick James.
and Rick James.
Can't forget
He's
him.
Thunderbolt
And Rick James.
in the next few years. Or I'm writing. Kevin Feige, if you're not or are listening, I'm talking to you.
Yep.
Then the viewer count goes down 1.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It actually did. Stop.
I'm out of here.
Is it?
Throw it to me. Damn it.
Oh, shit.
take it
Been
back,
listening
come
all
back.
along.
Okay. Last bit of news. We got the first official trailer for the Eternals, which looks great. I'm excited for it. We do know that it takes place during multiple points in time because they show different points in history, and we got a little like comedy scene where they're talking about how now that Tony Stark and Steve Rogers are gone, who's going to lead the Avengers? We know it's after Endgame at some point in the movie.
Yeah.
And
And we
Angelina
s-
Jolie looking good. She
Always.
looks good.
I actually
Always,
saw,
forever.
and it's kind of like scary accurate. I saw a photo someone found from the comic books of Thena from the Eternals, and put it right next to Thena in this movie, Angelina Jolie, and they look identical.
Yep.
It is like scary accurate.
It's scary similar.
I'm gonna look this up for science.
Yeah. And
Yes,
we
of
still-
course, for
and we
science,
still-
yes.
And we
Absolutely.
still don't have a No Way Home trailer, which I'm assuming is going to drop soon. I'm hoping it drops
They
soon.
said
because,
they
I
said
mean,
June or July, but I need it like 3 months ago.
I really do think that they're just getting like all their eggs in that basket. Like that's gonna kind of be their big blowout for this next like coming into things. Like they're so invested in that.
Well,
Yeah.
between that and Doctor Strange 2, they're saying that those two films are supposed to be big cornerstones that shape this next phase of films.
Yeah.
It's supposed to shape the MCU moving forward. So, I mean, I don't blame them for keeping things under wraps for those two films for as long as possible because, I mean, if it's going to blow the whole MCU wide open, then, I mean, why spill the beans super early when you could just get everybody hyped, like, right after all these properties are about to drop, like Black Widow and Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
And on that
We also
note,
don't want to overshadow those.
and I can't pronounce her first name. It's like Angry, or the chick that plays Betty Brant in this Spider-Man universe. She actually went on record saying that playing in a Spider-Man movie, especially this next one, is like going to the best amusement park of your life and not being able to tell anyone about it. And this is like
Damn.
as of recently, like off the high of being in this next film. So I'm just like, come on, man, just give me something. Give me something, just a little clip of like something that confirms something that we've been talking about for the last like year and a half.
Just a crumb, sir.
Yeah, just
Just a crumb. They can't let us know anything, otherwise the Rick James information's gonna leak, and they just can't have that. They can't fucking have that.
right.
James.
I'm surprised he hasn't leaked it himself, but
Right.
He probably has. Nobody listened. You know, they're like, "Oh, Rick James,
Yeah,
shut up. What are you talking about?"
cocaine
saying it for
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
man.
actually the leak. He is the leak. Like he's just,
Oh
he's
my
just been
God.
telling everybody all the information. Why won't you listen to me, Rick James?
All right, Zane, are you ready to lead us in our Fancastic 4?
Yes, we got the fan casting, or as I like to call it, and I definitely totally for sure asked Jagger if this was an okay name, but I'm calling it the friggin' fan cast. Because why not? Be like Stan Lee.
I dig it.
Be like Stan Lee and have the first and last name start with the same letter. But yeah, so we got our fan casting going. So how we're gonna do it is I'm gonna let our guests start it off. We're gonna go Ernell, then Ryan. We'll just go ahead. We'll start with Mr. Fantastic himself, Reed Richards. So I myself, I actually have like a top 3. I don't know how you guys have it set up. I have a top 3, and I'll just kind of go off of what you guys say, and then I'll just pick my top 1 after all you guys have listed yours. So Ernell, we'll start with you.
I just picked my top 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am a man of vigilance. So I just did one that I'm confident in for each one. So let's go. So for
I'm so indecisive.
my Reed Richards, I picked Rahul Kohli from The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
I think
Wild
you
card.
honestly. Yeah, are we kind of like discussing loosely like why we picked?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
for sure.
So, one, I think he like very passively looks the part. Like I think like in a weird way, like he just somehow just has Reed Richards energy, you know, about his
agree.
like the way he looks. And after his outstanding performance in Haunting of Bly Manor, I think that there's just no doubt he could rock that character so well.
Mhm.
Outside of just looking the part, like he has Reed Richards energy all over the fucking
He
dude.
does.
Like I definitely want something like that. So
Okay. All right, and Ryan, how about you?
You know, this is gonna sound crazy because he is kind of typecast. Picture that. All right, so the only thing is, I wonder if he's too young, but he's like in his 40s, and I'm saying Dennis Reynolds.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't think about
It could
that.
be
one.
his chance at a serious role.
I gotta look at him for science as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a
No.
good choice.
I mean, I could see it. I feel like I know where this is going though. Maybe playing the Always Sunny casting.
All right,
Which
if
I mean, honestly, it's not
Like
that
D.
terrible
Reynolds
of an
is
idea.
gonna be-
It's not that
Honestly,
terrible of an idea.
Mac, we're not there yet with Johnny
Yeah.
Storm.
I
No.
want Nightman
But
as
picture Mac as Johnny Storm.
Okay. Oh man. No,
I feel like
I
that's
can
like
definitely see
early
Dennis
days,
Reynolds playing
the
that
thing
though.
might be a little weird.
Danny DeVito as Sue would be perfect.
the
Oh,
thing.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Danny
Oh, no,
DeVito
Danny-
is the thing. Come on.
Danny
That would
DeVito
be
has to play
perfect.
Mole Man. If
Oh my-
Danny
Oh,
DeVito
yeah.
doesn't play Mole Man, I'll riot.
We're really gonna sleep on him being Sue. We're not gonna let him be Season. That's for
No.
But my real choice is, I think Dennis Reynolds would. He's one of those people that I think would just step up to the plate for a big role in a massive budget hero movie because he's just always been
Mhm.
Dennis Reynolds from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
So it kinda-
Yeah,
and he has the build.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
And
can see it.
honestly, I actually really like that idea because I always love seeing actors that have been, for the most part, typecast as like comedic actors, and then they take on a serious role. Like John C. Reilly in We Need to Talk About Kevin. When I saw that,
Yeah.
I was like, this is phenomenal. This is
There's
a
been a
great
number
performance.
of actors that did that. I mean, Steve
Mhm.
Carell did it in Foxcatcher.
Yep.
Chris Rock just did it in Spiral,
Yep.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're all doing phenomenal jobs with it. So
Yeah, and that's the type of stuff I love to see because I know even as an actor, it can get a little frustrating, just playing the same part unless they're perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like
Right.
you know, I can't think of like my mindset. I'm like, I don't want to be doing the same thing over and over again. I want to change it up. I want to do something new. I want to show people my range. You know, so
Yeah.
I can only
He's a
imagine
golden
that.
god too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's a-
But
Who's next?
all right, Jagger, who is your Mr. Fantastic?
all right. So mine is he's more of a well-known guy, obviously.
Rick James.
Yes,
He can't be in
Got
everything.
me.
He
Rick
should be, but he
James,
can't be.
Mr.
Yeah, yeah,
Fantastic.
that's fair.
No, but seriously, I'm picking John Hamm
Okay.
for my Mr.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Oh.
I'm surprised he hasn't made it into a big hero movie yet.
Strictly because
Yeah.
that's one thing. I'm going based off of his performance in Mad Men. He plays
Mhm.
the cool dad vibe that Reed Richards has very well, but he also has the way like his monologuing is what sells it for me. Him trying to monologue in science terms would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So John Hamm is my pick for Mr. Fantastic.
I can see that. It's still though, like for some reason I'm still riding that John Hamm Omni-Man train for Invincible.
Oh, Jomny
Like,
Man.
Yes,
The only
Omni-Man.
catch is he
Omni-Man.
allowed to drink during the movie?
Oh, absolutely.
Probably,
110%.
I mean-
I would totally let
I
him.
mean, Tony Stark did it. I mean, if
That's
you're
what
gonna
makes
try
him in
and put,
Mad Men.
Well, Tony
I mean, if
Stark
you're
also
gonna,
built one in a cave
did
with a
it.
box of scraps.
oh my god. I swear to God.
Yeah, that's what we're doing wrong. It's just Jeff Bridges needs to be every character in this movie. That's what it is.
Dude, I miss
Jeff
Jeff
Bridges
Bridges.
as Sue Storm.
There we go.
Yeah,
There we go.
Yeah, I'm not hearing the problem there. You know?
All right, Xander. Let me hear your choice for Mr.
So
Fantastic.
mine
Yes.
is kind of. This was actually kind of like a last minute decision when I was like going through like my recently watched things, but Tom Ellis from Lucifer, I think would
I
make
gotta-
a good choice.
I gotta go look this up.
Ooh.
That's an interesting choice. That
That is a very interesting choice.
Because
part
I
of
feel
me
like he
wants
would
to stay.
look the part for sure, but also at the same
Yeah.
time, I feel like everyone kind of sees him as kind of like this kind of like
Lucifer.
heartthrob kind of,
Yeah.
kind of
He has,
like
he has,
character.
like this natural eyeliner thing going on.
It's
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I mean
It's
he is a heartthrob, but I want to see him kind of pull it back and like showcase a lot of that kind of like that nerdy side that I feel like a lot of people kind of like overlook. Because I mean he's technically already in. Lucifer is like loosely DC related, right? They had like a crossover.
Yes.
It's DC related because he's actually a prominent character in the Hellblazer comics, which is Constantine.
Okay.
And
So
this
that
is like
might
a spin-off
actually
story from that.
bump that, because we said DC current ongoing DC is not non-touchable.
Oh no, I'm saying anybody in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is untouchable.
Okay,
And if they're
okay,
DC,
so yeah.
they can make their
Yeah.
crossover because I mean, technically, Henry Cavill's in talks to play different
Yeah.
characters in the Marvel Universe, and he's
Okay.
technically DC.
Yeah, because my runner-up for that was gonna be Matt Lanter from Jupiter's Legacy.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
maybe
That's
he
good.
could salvage his
Sky
career
Fox.
after that flop.
Yeah,
That'd be a good one.
yeah, because Jupiter's Legacy was a trash fire.
Yeah.
So-
Is it bad? I haven't watched it yet.
oh my
Don't.
god, it's
Just
yeah,
save
it's-
your
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Just-
Okay.
just
All right.
don't. Also,
I'm
can I
hoping,
point
I'm
out
hoping
that I'm
season
glad?
2 is good.
Can I just point out that I'm glad we all kind of stayed away from that like typical fan cast of saying John Krasinski because everyone's saying
Oh,
John
man.
Krasinski.
Nah, fuck that, man. Fuck that. We're not
Everyone's
mad
been
here.
saying it for years.
He is
So-
in my top 3.
Like he would be good, but I mean,
Xander,
like,
you're
that's
fired.
just the lowest hanging fruit. You know, like
Yeah.
anyone would assume that.
Yeah. I mean, he does look the part. I mean, we can all agree that he would be a great Mr. Fantastic, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we off to Susan.
Yes,
And-
Miss Invisible Woman,
Awesome.
the hottest
So,
woman you'll never see.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I picked Danny DeVito. No, I picked Aaron. I picked Aaron Moriarty from The Boys.
Ooh,
Ooh.
yes.
Mm. I think
like
after
that.
her performance in The Boys, she absolutely killed it. She
Absolutely.
looks like the, blonde all-American sweetheart. So I think that which is kind of like the reason that they kind of casted her in The Boys, like in my perception at
It's from
least.
Iowa and
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I think she'd absolutely slay in this part, especially going alongside with my Rahul Kohli, Reed Richards. I think they would make a really cool dynamic between the two, playing that kind of like goody two shoes nerd kid,
I agree.
For both
I
of
can
them.
see that 100%. That's
Yeah.
a great casting.
Yeah.
Damn, that blows
Thank
mine
you.
out of the water. Oh my god.
Yeah,
okay.
same. I thought I was going to come in with a wild card.
Right?
You all picked Danny DeVito too? Oh my god, dude.
Ryan, how about you?
Okay, so I'm going with someone famous, and I'm trying to stay in that age range of my Reed Richards pick. And I was thinking Jennifer Aniston.
Ooh.
okay.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
really like that.
That's interesting.
I mean, who doesn't like Jennifer Aniston?
That's the
Yeah,
thing. Nobody.
right.
She's done action before, but never a hero movie.
also,
Yeah.
kind of give us a more established Fantastic Four. We wouldn't have to go through the whole like Cosmic Storm BS again. Because they've already hinted
Yes.
that that thing has
Yes.
already happened. So it's like we could just have like an established Fantastic Four. And we don't have to go through all the origin story BS, sort of like they did with Spider-Man.
Or
Yeah.
kind of like what
Yeah,
they're,
that's
Let's
what
give
what
her
they're kind of
glasses
sort of
if
doing
you want to
with
give her the
Eternals.
glasses.
Yeah.
We all saw
Yeah.
Horrible Bosses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Okay.
yep,
For science.
Yes, you sold me.
There we
Well, I gotta make sure my wife is asleep right now. Hold on. Yeah, for sure.
She's not. Oh god, she's right behind you, isn't she?
Oh god.
I see her back there, dude. Oh my
Actually checks behind him.
Trust me, I would.
The like Key and Peele sweat, you know?
Yep.
So
Yep.
No.
You called her a what?
Another person that I was thinking, even though they already play a role in DC, would be Margot Robbie, but she's already such a good.
I could see it. I could see that.
I could kind of see it, but I think she is a little too hypersexual
Yeah,
of a figure to play Sue Storm, because Sue Storm is she's very sexy. She's a hot woman, but she's not like that.
so I feel like the Jennifer Aniston route is more of.
Right. She's not like the
Closer to
centerfold
that.
kind of
Yeah.
hot like Harley
She's just a
Quinn
really
is.
attractive woman in her 40s.
Right.
Is she in her 50s now?
I think she's.
think
I
she's
think she's
50s.
pushing 50.
I think she's 52.
actually. I
Okay.
mean, hold on,
52.
I'll fact check. Hold on. She is, drumroll, 52 years old.
Ah,
Look
yes.
at that. 52
Wait,
years
I-
young. Let's get it.
Here's another. Here's another one, lesser known. I always say her name wrong. Vera Farmiga from The Conjuring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see that one as well.
Which, let's be
I can
honest,
see that.
Patrick Wilson could play Reed Richards.
I could see
Yeah,
that.
in
They
that-
play
in
very,
that
they
case,
play very
yeah.
well together.
Wow. Oh my god. I just imagined that too. That
Like
would
if
be really
she
good.
had blonde hair.
Yeah, I can
Mhm.
see it. I
And
mean, she
then,
had
like,
blonde hair
going off
when
of that
she was
already established. That'd
she
be
had
great.
blonde hair in Bates Motel when she played.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true.
So
I mean,
we have her.
if you were doing like a younger cast, you could do Vera Farmiga's like little sister.
Yeah.
Oh, Thaisa.
Yeah, the girl from American Horror Story, who's like
Yeah.
20 years younger than Vera.
Yeah, she could do it. It's a possibility.
They have cool
Vera,
names.
I really, yeah, they do. I love it. It's like a whole like.
but with like when
Maya.
she's made up, she looks younger.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's
Yeah.
versatile. What they could make her look kind of whatever age they need her to look like.
We just
True.
need like her in Godzilla, just in this.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jagger, what is it, bro?
Mine is Natalie Dormer
Ooh. Okay.
from Game of Thrones fame.
Ooh.
That's kind of close-ish to mine in a
Yeah.
way. In my
I don't know,
mind,
she's
it
got
works. but-
she's got that
is it?
like snarky face that could easily play off of, and I'm kind of basing it off of like my cast. She could play off of John Hamm really well because I mean, Reed Richards is supposed to look a little bit more mature than Sue Storm, so Natalie Dormer still has that kind of like early 30s innocence to her.
Mhm.
But she can still like brawl and scrap with the rest of them, and we know she looks damn good because I mean,
Yeah, we don't
Between-
have to get into
between-
details on that.
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Science.
between Game of Thrones and the Hunger Games, she
Looks
could
great.
play the role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
was
she's-
actually my first pick for Sue as well.
Really?
But that I fell into thinking real hard about it, and I was like, no, like I feel like there's a part of like Sue Storm that needs to like hold a little like less of that like cunning look that Natalie Dormer has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
I
honestly,
honestly,
and-
Sue Storm to be really soft and like sweet and bubbly, like a Powerpuff Girl, but not.
And that-
Mhm.
And that's the thing. As soon as you said Erin Moriarty, I instantly regretted my pick. I'm like, damn it! I was just watching The Boys. I should have picked her.
Yeah, that's
It
what I was
blows
like.
mine out of the water,
That's a
100%.
great choice.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So Xander?
Mine is actually like a dead tie. Like I legitimately could not choose which one or the other. One is one that I have been wanting to see as Sue Storm since the moment I started watching Chuck, if you're familiar with that show. Yvonne Strahovski. I was thinking of her or Catherine Winnick to have a more kind of a little bit more of a badass kind of Sue Storm that like doesn't give no shits.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I mean, those are the first two that literally just jumped into my brain and just never left.
I want Catherine Winnick Sue Storm for personal reasons.
Oh, what are those?
She was looking like a dime in Vikings. So I'm like, she could play
Dude.
anything.
Dude,
Honestly,
there's
and I'd
just
be
something about a woman that could twist you into a pretzel. That's just.
It's perfect for Reed Richards. Yeah, it's
That's a
perfect.
whole nother podcast, Xndr.
No, I'm saying
Is it though, or is
he
it
had
this
it for yeah, it's for Reed Richards. Come on, man. I'm speaking in the frame of mind as Reed Richards. Come on, get with the times. Come on.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah.
See,
Totally talking about Reed
Xander
Richards.
casted himself as Reed Richards. That's the
Yeah,
secret here.
exactly. We need an
Xander-
Asian Reed Richards. Come on, let's
Nah,
go.
nah. Xander's 100% Johnny Storm. Out of
What,
all
me?
of us, he's
No.
Johnny Storm. Yeah.
I can see.
Yep.
It. I can
My
see
Johnny
it.
Storm actually is Xander. Now,
Let's go.
I picked Dacre Montgomery from.
Okay.
Damn
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Was that yours?
That was my pick.
Oh,
There we go.
Damn it.
We got one match. Let's
We're
go.
in agreement. We're in agreement here. Yeah. That's great.
He's so good.
He would kill it. He would kill it
Absolutely.
as Johnny Storm. Oh my god.
Just
He,
his moments in Stranger Things alone solidifies
It's Johnny
him as
Storm. Just
Yeah,
kind of
100%.
more of a dick. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Johnny
I
Storm
don't-
is kind of a dick, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of a
works.
dick. He's a pretty looking dude that, with a complex. And it's like Dacre Montgomery just, sweats that energy out of his entire body. And
Yeah.
it's perfect. What reasons I guess we can probably have Jagger talk about it real quick while we wait for Ryan to come back. But what reasons
Yeah.
did you have to
So-
pick him?
So I picked him because of a couple actually specific scenes in Stranger Things. So him when he's talking to all the moms at the pool, that confidence and that fuckboy swagger, it really oozed Johnny Storm, and I was like, oh yeah, that could be it. And the scene where he starts getting taken over by the mind flayer and he's kind of freaking out. He played that
Mhm.
panic sweat really well. Like imagine him like flaming on for the first time and having that kind of a panic. Like
Yeah.
100% could
Amazing.
see it. It
Yeah.
was those two
Amazing.
scenes alone that made me like, yeah, that's him. Plus,
Mhm.
I also kind of played off of like the internet fan casting that happened a couple years ago, where everyone was saying Zac Efron, but I'm like, nah, I think Zac Efron's past the peak of playing Johnny
Yes.
Storm,
Mhm.
and a lot of his movies lately have been real like dumpster fires. So I don't think he's in the running for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, adjacent to him, I could see Dacre Montgomery. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Good on
a
you.
solid
Good on
choice.
you.
That's it. That was in my top 3. Ryan, what about you? Who do you got for Johnny Storm?
All right. I was thinking this is somebody from Haunting of Hill House
Mhm.
or Bly Manor. Oliver Jackson Cohen.
Okay.
I like
okay,
it.
that I like that a
like it.
lot.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it.
Because he kind of plays in Bly Manor, like, the guy's walking around smoking cigarettes, acting all cool and whatever. I haven't seen enough of his range to know if he would be a great Johnny
Oh,
Storm, but he
dude.
has the look.
I think
I would
he
need
He
to-
was in
Him and
the
Invisible Man. Yeah.
Yes, there we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, he
would
played that.
slay as Johnny Storm after seeing him in Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, yeah,
choice.
that was.
Good
Oh,
choice. Yeah.
I can't.
He's invisible
Man
though.
was great.
So he's actually Sue Storm. That's what we're trying to get at.
Yeah, he's basically the male version of.
Yeah.
Oh man. No, my partner would love that though, because they're like in love with him. In love with him. Like I remember we were watching Bly Manor and she could not stop. Just every time he was on his scene, just oozing over him. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. That's fair. I don't blame you in one single bit because he is a pretty looking dude. And
Yeah.
if there's any
It's the
argument to have, I
jawline,
think
dude. It's that
will.
jawline.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah.
I need to start just chewing on a whole pack of Big League Chew right now. I'm just,
Don't do that. That's also, as a vocalist, I can tell you do not want to be messing with your jaw.
Oh, true. True.
Don't do that to yourself.
I'm just
Xander.
now getting happy with my vocals. But so my choice for Johnny Storm was actually kind of another Stranger Things alum, Joe Keery.
Do it, yes, yes.
yeah.
I love that one.
I was thinking Joe Keery because when I think of Johnny Storm, I go back to the Ultimate Spider-Man game that I played on the GameCube. And I remember there
I
were
love
these
that
missions
so
where you
much.
race the Human Torch, swinging through New York, and they're kind of like dynamic. I feel like Joe Keery could play that perfectly against Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the future.
I
Like,
love
it
that.
would-
That was
like-
my second
Yeah.
choice, actually.
I want to see it so bad. Plus, I need to see more of Joe Keery because I've seen him in Stranger Things. I've seen him in a couple of commercials after the fact. And then from there, I know he's supposed to be in Free Guy, which still hasn't come out yet. But other than that, I haven't really seen him in anything else. And he's like one of my favorite people to see on screen. He's got that energy about him that's just like perfect for whatever it is. I don't care what he's doing. I don't even care if he's making ice cream, which he was in that Stranger Things season. I don't care. I just want to see him.
Wow.
He's a great actor.
I agree.
Do you think Billy? I don't know his name. Billy from Stranger Things could also.
Yeah, that was
play
Dick. Yeah, that was
That's
Dicker.
Dacre Montgomery.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah,
My dog was freaking out and barking for the last 5 minutes. I might have missed that. They're in the.
He agreed. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He agreed. He's.
Like, Rick
All
James,
right.
Charlie.
Let's see. Next up, we got Ben Grimm, The Thing. Or, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Thing, because The Thing
So-
is by John Carpenter.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So, I have an interesting choice here, and I stand
Okay.
confident with this because I really want this for a multitude of reasons. So I picked Michael Jai White,
Okay.
Ooh.
the
I
original
like that.
Spawn. Okay?
Yes.
And I want this because I want Michael Jai White to get his comeback.
Yeah.
I want him
He
to get
deserves
his
it.
comeback so bad after the horror that was the original Spawn movie and every Netflix B movie he's done ever since then. I
like the
need.
original Spawn movie.
I
Ooh.
loved it. It's so bad though.
Yeah, it didn't
I love
age
it.
well. It didn't age well. That's
It didn't even age well when it came out, but like it's bad. I love it. Spawn's like my absolute favorite like comic hero
Oh
character.
my god,
thing
did we just
ever.
become best friends?
Yes, we did.
that's it.
We did.
That's Jaggers
You
right there.
spy this stack back here. It's all the Spawn comics.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Let's get married in Vegas.
Yes,
so-
please.
Let's have Michael Jai White coordinator. It'll be way better than the Spawn movie. I want him to get it, to get his comeback. I also think that he would do a really good thing, and that would make up for him being a very like Ben Grimm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, my second pick for this, and this is the only one that I wasn't completely confident in, was our boy who was the original Thing in the Fantastic Four movies from many, many years ago. Hold on, I gotta pull it up because
It's another Michael, right?
Michael Chiklis.
Yes,
Michael-
Michael
yes.
Chiklis. Yes. I kind of want him to get another opportunity to do better without shitty writing. You know what I mean? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Yeah, I
'Cause
mean,
I've,
like,
I've definitely seen him in better roles where like the writing was top notch, execution was top notch on his part. Like he's a great actor, and what they did with him in the original Fantastic Four movies was a disjustice to his ability as an actor.
Ryan, you looked like you were about to hop in for a second. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was looking him up, and then I'm like, yeah, he'd still do it. I was like, I wonder if he's even like old, or if he's too old to have
Yeah.
that
I
back
almo-
and forth.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because there's
So
that
you
like
have-
little
so you have-
brother dynamic going on, and I'm like, the guy's pushing 60, so it might not be as.
So that's why you have to.
He's supposed to be
That's-
best friends
that's
with Reed.
I mean, you can be best friends with old people. Is that?
That's why I
True,
wonder, like,
true. If my
what his
buddy
energy
Andy's
level
watching.
is at 60.
Who else? Who else is 60 though with good energy? I gotta find an argument.
Jeff Bridges,
Who,
Rick James.
Rick James has great energy.
plays
Here's the
Blackbeard
thing: you
pirate.
can eat, you can diet and work out your way into having energy if you're getting millions of dollars to play a role. So,
Oh yeah,
Facts.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Which, by the way,
That's fact.
Disney, if you're watching this, pick me up because I need someone to kick my ass and fucking get me into shape. So-
Retweet.
I'll play Amadeus Cho. I'll play Amadeus Cho. I've been wanting that role for ever since you introduced his mom in Age of Ultron. So let's go. Let's see.
Ryan, go dude.
Yeah.
I have 3, and one is crazy obvious, and it's not even because I necessarily think they're a great actor, but John Cena.
That's one of my 3.
Because he kind of look. I mean, it's for. It sounds mean, but he kind of like looks like.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You don't really have to do too much.
Yeah, but the makeup crew would be thankful. Anyway, I think another one. This one's. There's another one that's kind of like a wild card. I could do the wild card first. Terry Crews.
I love that.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Okay.
I was doing some research and I saw a couple people mention Terry Crews would be a good one. I was like, I'm kind of on board with that. That actually would be awesome.
And then my other one would be Gerard Butler.
Oh,
Ooh.
I really like that.
I like that
really
a
like
lot. Because
especially
he's been doing a lot of
with
like kind of like.
He's been busy saving the White House for a while, so he needs to.
dude, he
do
killed it
something
in Greenland. That newest movie that he was in. Greenland's really good.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. I have it on my watch list. I haven't
Machine
actually...
Gun Preacher was good.
Oh yeah, it was. Do you think he'd have to get back in like 300 shape to like be the Thing? Do you think he could?
No,
I
not
think
at all.
so much
No,
of it's
definitely
makeup
wouldn't.
and CGI that.
Yeah,
Not at all.
yeah,
He's gonna be in a mocap suit the entire time. He's good.
Yeah. That's fair.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just shoot out my top 3 because one of my 3 was Ori said John Cena, but also Sam Worthington was one of my top choice. I think he would be really good. I've really liked him, especially in like Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then a kind of wild card, kind of going on the comedy side of things, but also hoping to see him portray more of a serious role because there are a lot of moments in the comic books where the Thing has some, you know, really serious moments. Seth Rogen. Because I just
I
want,
like how the
I
initial
just-
reaction's to laugh, but it
I just want to see him just one time. It's clobbering time. Like
that's where like the laugh. He would do the laugh at some point during the movie, and I don't know if I could handle that.
But like I really want to see that just from a comedic standpoint.
Picture the Terry Crews yelling "It's clobbering time." You know he would get crazy.
Oh my god. I feel like he would like reach out to the Old Spice PR team and be like, "Can you just like make like one of those crazy ass commercials with me as the Thing?"
and now we need that. Whether or not he's in Fantastic Four, we need him to do that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
John Cena looks like he would say it's clobbering time, like outside of
absolutely.
the Fantastic
But I feel
Four.
like John Cena would
Like,
be like, too
IRL,
serious about
Yeah,
it at
he
times.
would say it non-ironically.
Nah,
Yeah.
John Cena for Sue Storm. Can't see me. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
100%. There we go.
He's already
He's
cast.
born
You didn't know.
That's it.
So last but not least, we have our bonus mystery casting. So this is something that
Yeah, he didn't do
I
his
never did
own.
mine.
Oh my god, I am so sorry.
That's rude.
You really
jerk.
can't see me.
I was
I'm
gonna
John
say,
Cena.
we already know.
You are John Cena. My bad.
I'm Rick James. Okay, so I did mine a little bit differently. So I did mine 2 different ways. So I did it to where they have the origin where he's human and then becomes the Thing. And for that, I picked 2 different ones. I picked David Denman, who played Roy in The Office.
Okay.
One because of his build and because of his voice. And then the other one is a little bit weird, and it's mostly for the voice. Jensen Ackles.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
And then if we're going... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I switched that up. Sorry. Jensen Ackles for the voice. The other one that's human and then turns into the Thing is Dean Norris, who played Hank Schrader in Breaking Bad.
Oh.
Okay.
Let me see here.
So those are my 2 live action ones. And for voice alone, I picked
Minerals.
Jensen Ackles and Dominic Purcell. The guy
Dominic
who played
Purcell, yeah.
Heatwave in Legends of Tomorrow and
Yeah.
The Flash, and especially since he's exiting that series with the CW, I think he's available to do so.
Jailbreak.
Yeah, Prison Break.
Prison Break. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jailbreak too. Yeah.
I
So-
mean, Jailbreak's less intense, but
yeah.
Dean,
And I-
Dean
and honestly,
Norris,
at
I swear to
Walmart
God, I
prison
can't
break.
unsee that meme with Dean Norris.
Yeah.
I also want to mention real quick too that I think I just had a realization of a different casting I would have wanted for Ben Grimm.
Ooh, let's hear it.
Christopher Judge, the voice of Kratos from God of War, and
Ooh.
Stargate. He's in Stargate. I think his voice and
His
his
voice would be great.
stature, he would slay as
Ooh,
the
yeah.
thing. Honestly,
Also, the guy who did the voice of the Mauler twins from Invincible would be fantastic.
ooh,
Yeah.
If we're doing, was it Kevin Michael Richardson?
I think
Yes.
so,
Yes.
Yeah.
could Woody
so if we're
Harrelson
going,
do it?
yeah. My man said Woody Harrelson.
it's clobbering time. You know.
I thought I wanted him as Carnage, but I actually just need him as the Thing now.
But he has to channel like his persona from Zombieland. Like I want that.
Wait, I
What, you
got
wanna-
one.
You
And
want a
don't
real
laugh.
shooting Cowboy
Oh,
shooting?
okay.
Adam Sandler.
Ooh.
Hmm.
I mean, okay,
Picture
so
him saying it's clobbering
It's
time.
clobbering time.
As little Nicky, it's clobbering
Little-
time, Adrian. And the Flash.
oh man, 11 episodes in, I thought we were gonna avoid getting the flask.
We need the guy who does Patrick Starr's voice, but with
Oh,
Woody
yeah.
Harrelson.
It's clobbering time. It's clobbering time.
This is amazing. I love
God,
all
no.
these. I
Oh
love
my
all
God.
these.
Reed,
thing, it's
you
like-
left your lights on.
And that's the thing with Thing, you can do either looks as Ben Grimm or sounds like Thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they do it as an established Fantastic Four, it could just be voice work and they could just CGI.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what
Ben
they did in
Grimm.
the last movie, isn't it? Basically, like
Yeah,
Jamie
essentially.
Bell, like did not have like Ben Grimm energy, but they made it work. I guess.
Yeah, it was more for his voice.
I
Yeah.
didn't even think his voice cut it for me. To be totally
Look,
I mean, it
honest.
didn't, but it barely made the cut.
That was not the greatest sin of that movie. All right, let's be real here. That was,
No.
The movie in its entirety was a sin.
Yeah.
Yeah. granted,
Honestly,
especially-
the only saving grace for me for that film was actually Michael B. Jordan, and that was the most controversial pick that they were crucified for making that
he was-
film. And I was
he was kind of the only one I was happy with too.
his
honestly.
Yeah.
acting saved it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is kind of wild because that's kind of like one of the only movies besides like Black Panther that he legitimately kills it in because of, outside of Hardball with Keanu Reeves back in like 1995 when he was like 6
Yeah.
years old. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's not fairly consistent. My biggest sin is actually the next thing we're going to be talking about when it came to the last movie, and that's Doctor Doom, right? Are we moving on that?
So I'm gonna open a discussion for whether or not we want Doctor Doom in this movie or not.
I'd say no. I think Doctor Doom should have his own movie first,
Ooh, okay.
and then
okay.
meet up in future movies.
I am kind of on board with that one. That was kind of my thought process.
I think they should tease him in this film. I think he should be a presence. Like they should know that he exists. They should establish a casting,
little
sort of
clip
like
at
how
the
they
end.
did with Thanos. They were like, okay, we're introducing Thanos
Ultron.
slowly. Ultron, yeah.
Mhm.
But have him get his own solo film or series after the Fantastic Four film, and then have him be an ever-present threat in like an actual MCU film, because he's not just a Fantastic Four villain; he's like a cosmic villain at one point.
Mhm.
I think my deal with him is that like I I would want sort of the setup that Jagger was talking about earlier, where Fantastic Four has already had their origin story, so they sort of treat this the same way they recently did with Spider-Man, where we already know how they got their powers. We don't need another origin story, which also means that we don't need another origin story of Doctor Doom. I think we could very much just have like little teases here and there. They mention, Vincent's name. They mention Vince, here and there in whatever movie that they pop into. And over the course of, or Victor, my bad, Vince.
Vince Vaughn for
Vinny Von
Vince Vaughn for
Doom, how you
Doctor Doom.
doing? How's your mother?
Vince Von Doom, how you doing?
It's like a family. So they I think that they just need to have that stuff like established beforehand. And
I agree.
My second ordeal that I have with it is that they're investing so much into this setup for bringing about Nightmare as the next sort of like Avengers big bad, that I don't know if there's any room for Doctor Doom to be a big bad right now until potentially Phase 5. And so like there's a lot of time that they have to, and I mean like they're talking about releasing the Fantastic Four movie right around the end of Phase 4, if I remember correctly. So it's like there's still so much stuff to happen between then and now that has to do with the Darkhold, that has to do with Nightmare, that has to do with so much stuff in the greater universe. I think it would be a better setup to have Doctor Doom be set up as sort of the underlying stuff of what's already happened with Fantastic Four, and then just have him happen in one of the movies during Phase 5 and have him be the next big bad after this Nightmare stuff.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there, because I mean, imagine the Avengers. I mean, they're still reeling after the events of Thanos, and then now they're gonna have to have like a multiversal conflict with Nightmare, potentially Mephisto, and all that, and then out pops Doctor Doom, like an actual comic accurate Doctor Doom in all his glory. How world shattering would that be for the Avengers and the Fantastic Four and all of the heroes that are in existence at that point? I mean, it would be an incredible Phase 5 big bad for sure.
And it's Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Damn.
Hey, no, that's the thing. Come on, let's.
Oh shit, my bad. I'm messing up everything today.
So going off of with Ryan, because I actually that was my idea, was to have a Doctor Doom series. Because originally my idea when we were covering Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I was speculating early on that what if Victor Von Doom was actually the power broker, and it could lead into this whole story of Victor Von Doom coming into fruition in the MCU. But obviously that isn't the case, but there is still an idea there that they planted in Falcon and the Winter Soldier where they said Sokovia was essentially grafted into another country, basically, because during the blip and everything, borders became almost non-existent. Things were different, completely different. So I feel like during that time, Sokovia could have been, brought into a neighboring country that ended up becoming Latveria. And then they could build into that story, and they've even mentioned that there are Disney Marvel properties that have not been announced yet that are going to come out within this phase. So who's to say that one of those properties isn't a Doctor Doom series that could build off from, portions of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then establish Doctor Doom as, the leader of Latveria, kind of the struggles that he went through, showing a more human side of him, trying to build up Latveria from the ground up after the blip, all this other stuff, and then becoming, the leader. I don't know what they called him in the comic books, but basically, their president, their prime minister of sorts, and then, establish him there. And then following, you have mentions of him in Fantastic Four, but nothing like clear cut as a villain of sorts. And then, in Phase 5 we could see him as a main villain. But my main villain of choice for this movie was actually Annihilus.
Oh yeah.
Considering we are going quantum with Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going quantum. We can explore different worlds in the quantum realm and all that. And my
Bring in the
choice
negatives
for Annihilus is none other than Mark Hamill.
I love it. I love it. I like that.
Come on. He's like this like cybernetic bug looking character. He doesn't have to do anything except show up in his PJs. And just Mark Hamill as Annihilus. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh
I can
yeah.
see it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Plus,
Mark Hamill or
I just
Troy
need
Baker
Mark
are
Hamill
both
in a
interchangeable.
Marvel property. Like he's done DC for so long. Come on. It's time to favor the other side a little bit.
Ryan, who was your Doctor Doom?
So, when I think Doctor Doom, I think they should be tall. Because
And dark and handsome. Yeah.
tall, I don't even know if handsome matters to Doctor Doom. Do we even know if they're handsome?
Oh, he's handsome.
So this one's a weird pick, but I think the voice and he's 6'9", and the fact he's going to be in an outfit and CGI when you do see him. Brad Garrett.
Ooh.
Huh.
Oh my God. Brad Garrett as Doctor Doom from Everybody Loves Raymond.
There we go.
Yeah.
His voice
From
is crazy.
Finding Nemo, the pufferfish. No, I actually like that. I like that a lot.
I can see it. Talk about bringing comedy actors in
I'm
and giving them a
when I
chance.
reference that.
I just think his voice is. If you've heard him do any voice acting stuff with his low voice, it sounds crazy. Also,
Honestly,
Liv
I can see
Schreiber.
That's
too.
amazing.
That was my pick. Was Liev Schreiber.
Live. I'm so bad at pronouncing.
Live shrimp.
Live shrimp.
Liev Schreiber was my pick
Live
for it.
shrimp.
Mainly going off of his role as Sabretooth. I mean, the low monologues that he did as Sabretooth. Imagine that with like a slight metallic overtone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And in that suit.
Yeah, he did great there. I picked actually me and Jagger on the same wavelength here, because I picked John Hamm as my Doctor Doom.
Oh,
He would actually
okay.
be a really good villain.
I can agree with that as well.
Kill it. I need that so bad. I needed John Hamm in an MCU property for a while now, and I think Doctor Doom was made for him to be
Yeah.
that part.
Especially after his performance in Baby Driver, where he was basically a villain at the end of that movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Him going kind of crazy would be
Yeah.
pretty great.
How
need
hard
it.
is it for Josh Brolin in general as a villain?
Ernell, who would you have picked as an alternate villain besides Doom?
I think Galactus would be.
I would say Galactus as well.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah.
And
See,
I think they're there.
I
Who
would
would you have
actually
as-
say Silver Surfer to look like a villain at first, and then later on, because play up that Herald of Galactus kind of thing.
So
Yeah,
you mean
When-
Fantastic Four 2: Rise of the Silver Surfer?
Yeah. Yeah.
they already did the movie perfectly, so I don't know why they need it
Absolutely.
again.
Why would we need that again?
They had a flawless.
No, what I'm saying is kind of go along that route, like showcase Silver Surfer as a herald of Galactus and stuff like that, and then play on that storyline. But like,
Yeah, I think that's
but like
something they
do
should
it
save for
right.
Secret Wars.
Or just Danny
Mm.
DeVito as Mole Man.
There you go.
All
There
right,
you
we're
go.
done.
Perfect. End of discussion. We're out of here, dude. That's it. That's it.
So the only other thing I would add was, instead of Doctor Doom, I would, because we've already had the introduction of him before, I would add in the evil Super Skrull,
Okay.
played by Doug Jones.
I feel like they're going to do
Ooh.
that regardless. I
They
feel
might,
like they're like
yeah.
because I feel like that's going to be a part of the Marvels.
Yeah. But I mean, if they do cast anybody as Super Skrull, I think it should be Doug Jones. I mean, he's done phenomenal costume monster work. I mean, he did the original Silver Surfer and Fantastic
Yeah.
Four 2. He's
Mhm.
done Abe Sapien. He did Pan. He did the Pale Man, and he's done a lot of work with Guillermo del Toro. So I think him as a voice actor and a bodysuit actor, he would play a very good Super Skrull.
I can agree with that.
I can see that.
That'd be sick.
I can see that.
That'd be sick. Dope, dude.
I actually had Cillian Murphy listed as my Doctor Doom.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good.
Ooh.
That's an.
Yeah, I didn't
I
even-
like that. I
I
like
didn't
that. The
even
more I
think of
think
him.
about it. I like
it's
that.
just one of those things where I feel like, because like after seeing him in Peaky Blinders, I could see him as just fucking ruthless. Like he
How has he
absolutely
not gotten into a Marvel or DC movie yet?
Well, he's Scarecrow, isn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah. He's
But
Scarecrow.
I mean that's
but-
like old at this point in time, like that's kind of
It's
like
like
old
barely
school.
using his talents.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like they underutilize the shit out of him in those
Absolutely.
movies.
Him in 28 Days Later and Peaky Blinders and
Mhm.
Red Eye.
I'm looking forward to seeing him
Yeah.
in the A Quiet Place 2 or Part 2.
Yeah, I
it's
forgot
gonna
he's
be
in.
so good. It's gonna
Yeah.
be so good.
Let's just be honest. John Krasinski should be every role.
Every role, every single one.
I
John
think, I,
Krasinski.
think I think he belongs in the writer-director's chair a lot more than he is, honestly.
He's a
He dir-
great director.
He directs
Yeah.
a fine picture.
I think he's Rick James in disguise.
Everything is Rick James.
Everything
Hmm.
is Rick James. That's my
Unity!
quote of the week. Everything
That's
is Rick
my
James.
favorite
I
quote
do-
from Dave Chappelle show. Like the whole Rick James Unity. Like, oh my
Brian,
god.
what were you gonna say?
I've seen this online too. A lot of how everybody's saying, "Oh, John Krasinski needs to be in it." I've also seen Emily Blunt thrown around for Sue Storm, but I do think she would be
Yeah.
awesome at Sue Storm.
She would.
Yeah,
even
we
if she said that she
we
doesn't
touched
want
on that last week where she actually went on record. She was doing a press tour. I can't remember what. I think it was for A
For
Quiet Place Part 2. And the interviewer asked her like, how would you feel about playing in a Marvel movie? And she's like, she at this point has had it with these questions. She's like, all right,
kinda
I've
went
had enough. She went off on this guy basically. She was just like, I've had it. I don't want to do it. I don't like superhero movies. Like, it's just like off her Richter scale. I was like, what the.
And then they
What?
slide the contract over, and all of a
Yeah,
sudden he's
yeah.
in a Marvel.
And billions of dollars. Here you go.
Yeah.
Because it's Disney. Yeah, they can make anything
And
happen.
she has to, people ask her because A, you're gonna get paid. B, she's an attractive, very fit woman
Yeah.
who's right in that age of most of the characters that she would play.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think it's
You-
insulting
just-
to ask, but maybe she views her. Come on, you were in Live, Die, Repeat. It's not that off from a Marvel.
Mm, yeah.
like,
Let's see, it was a Marvel movie. What are you talking about?
yeah.
All right. Let's see here. So we got our bonus mystery casting. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lay down the ground rules for you guys, and then I'm gonna go run and use the restroom real quick. But basically, in recent news, it has been said that Drax will no longer be Dave Bautista after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So, that being said, Dave Bautista has said he would like to see Drax continue on in the MCU. Who would your choices for Drax be? We can do a top 3. But give that a bit of thought, and I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. So
I didn't know about this one.
I'll
I need to get John
I'll
Cena
start
out of
because
my head.
I know.
It's every big buff guy that
Yeah. You just automatically picking John Cena for any
mean,
big buff character.
The Rock would be great, but that's way too high budget. for that role.
Right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's done like 5 Fast and Furious movies now, man. He's not cheap. He's not
No.
cheap, you know?
You know who I'd pick, honestly?
Who?
Randy Couture.
Okay.
He was in the Expendables.
The
He's
UFC
done-
fighter, yeah.
Yeah, the UFC fighter. He played Toll Road in all 3 Expendables films. He does his own stunts. He used to be in the army. He's a light heavyweight UFC champ.
Yeah.
He'd be great, and he looks kind of similar to Batista. I mean, put him in the makeup, and it's good to go.
Jake
Reiner
Paul.
picking Johnson. Oh my god. Jake Paul and Logan Paul. They'll both play Drax.
Oh
So
my
let's
god.
switch out.
Yeah, Logan Paul will be his stunt
Oh my god, whose choice was that?
That was nobody's. Mind your own
No.
fucking
Oh,
business, you know?
okay. I just got back.
No, my choice was Randy Couture.
Oh, okay.
At this point, I'm just thinking what football player or basically what football player can act.
Tom Brady.
So
Tom Brady is.
Tom Brady can act hurt for an entire game.
Oh,
I think Warren Sapp was in
Shots
that.
fired.
Yeah, that's
Warren Sapp could.
Well, I think because I'm pretty sure Warren Sapp was in that that like vacation like getaway movie with Vince Vaughn and I think Jennifer Aniston. They're like going through like a couples like therapy retreat thing.
Oh, I know which one you're talking
I know
about.
you're talking about.
It was so long ago, it's not that memorable. But Warren Sapp is the naked dude getting like yoga. It was his so like he would probably kill that.
So I'm gonna
Adam
say Randy
Sandler is
Couture
Drax.
Randy Couture was my number one choice as well, considering what was said with Dave Bautista leaving, and that Marvel kind of underutilized the backstory with Drax, because if you're not familiar with Drax actually had a tragic backstory, where his family was killed by Thanos. And in the original storyline, he was actually human. And in becoming Drax the Destroyer, he like underwent like all this like crazy BS just to avenge the death of his family. But I mean, they could still rewrite it because he's a different alien race. They could still rewrite it to where like, you know, he is grief stricken. He's you know, wanting to join his family again, but not without, you know, fulfilling what he feels is his destiny. And like, I feel like there's a lot there that isn't, even though Thanos is gone, like I feel like there's a lot there that could be filled out. And Randy Couture is the only person that looks the part, and I feel like he still kind of has the acting chops to pull that off, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the one that takes a stand here and refuses to cast this because I think it's bullshit.
Really?
I don't trust anything that any of the MCU casts say anymore because they're so just trying to shake everybody all the time at all times about any information that has to do
They
with
want
any
more
of the
money
movies.
too.
Yeah, they're playing with the Russo brothers, with Feige, all these guys to help promote the movies further. I think they're going to do Drax the Destroyer with Bautista in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and this is their way of getting people ready for that.
I also think some people do use it as a bargaining tool. Like if you think that they're gonna leave,
That's another.
it's like,
another
who's to
point,
say,
yeah.
all right, we'll give you your own show.
Damn.
Like I
But-
think sometimes it's that simple, because I don't know if some of these actors are gonna walk away from. I think everybody has a price
Yeah,
at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
yeah.
If your
Yeah,
contract's
good
up and
point.
you're only contracted for 3 movies or something, why not make them scared that you'll leave?
Yeah.
So that
Especially
they're
if you
like,
do well and you're liked.
yeah.
hmm But if I had to pick, it'd be Danny DeVito. Bottom line, as
Love it.
Drax. Yeah,
Adam
love it.
Sandler's Drax the Destroyer.
yeah. Charlie Murphy.
Thanos.
Which
Get in the
honestly,
flag.
has anyone here seen Adam Sandler's newest movie they did with A24?
Uncut
it was-
Gems.
Last I saw was
Yeah,
Uncut
Uncut
Gems, and that
Gems.
movie was nuts.
Yeah.
Was it good
bonkers,
though?
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh yeah. it was
Okay,
good.
that
You're
'cause
like
I-
literally in shock at the end of the movie.
I
Yeah,
that's all
still
I'll
need to
say
see
about
that, but like that's one of those cases where I was kind of like in my mind when I was talking about how like actors that have been typecast for their entire career, and then all of a sudden, I mean, he had that one movie. I'm thinking of
Spanglish.
him. Oh, not Spanglish. It was the one Punch Drunk
Little
Love.
Nicky.
Click.
Punch Drunk. Oh, Click actually hit me when
He
I first saw
first
It
it.
got sad at the end.
Click
whenever he was
really
seeing
hit
his
me when
dad
I
and
fucking
stuff.
saw that.
Click was good. Click
But
was
Punch Drunk Love was the only one that was like, it was never really funny. It was like all serious. but I wanted to see a little bit more. And then when I saw Uncut Gems came out, I still have yet to see that, but I wanted to know what your guys' take on it was, because
It's so stressful. That's all
Yeah,
I'll
it's-
say.
it's-
It's a
oh, God.
It's
stressful
very
movie.
stressful. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, big agree. It's worth the time though. It like
Okay.
we
It's
don't mean
worth it.
stressful in a way as it's like
He wants it
all
to be
bad,
stressful.
like- yeah.
It's all on purpose for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
Okay, so I'm
Not-
the odd
not
one out.
fucking
I'm the only one here who hasn't seen it yet.
Well, it's worth watching
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did
Yeah.
you guys watch it?
at home.
at home. Yeah.
Well, I
didn't
mean,
watch it till,
which
like, way
service? Because
after.
I need to
I
make
think it's
sure
on
which.
Netflix.
I think it's Netflix. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I can
All
double
right,
check real
that's
quick.
that's gonna be the date night movie coming up.
There we go.
All right.
There we go.
So
There-
I think that's about it. I think we kind of wrapped up our fan casting there. So for those of you guys that are joining us, tune in next. Actually, not next Tuesday. Next Thursday. We're on a different day, same time, different day, due to scheduling issues. God, it's like Hollywood. But we're gonna do another fan casting episode for the Mutants. We're gonna be joined by my oldest friend, only second to his cousin, Mike Garrow from Savage Hands, and Shanza from the band Differences. We're gonna be covering the Mutants, the next X-Men film that's gonna be headed up by the MCU. That's gonna be interesting to see, especially since they're going with the name The Mutants. So they're not going with the X-Men at the start.
Yep.
But yeah, if there are any topics that you guys would like to see us cover, please let us know in the comments down below. And if you enjoy what we're doing here and you want to help support, do the old song and dance and like, share, and subscribe. Both Jagger and I stream on Twitch, so be sure to follow us there. Our links will be in the description, as well as links for Ernell. We have a link for his podcast, The Good Kraken Show, as well as his band's recent single. That's going to be down in the description below. And Ryan, you got some stuff coming up. We got Our Eternity's latest release, linked down below. But also, you have a little bit of news you'd like to share.
Yep, we're going on tour, and it's not Our Eternity. Fit for a King's going on tour September, October. So if you're the kind of person that likes going to mass gatherings, all vaccinated, we got something for you.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna be trying to convince my wife to let me go to that one. But yeah, no. So there's a big list of shows for that one. Ernell, you got something you want to share with the people?
So actually Good Kraken show, our show Good Kraken is going to be starting here in a few minutes once I hop off of here. But this Saturday we're doing a reunion show of our very first episode, The Subtle Sound of AAP I Hate, which is me, Holly Hua from Ubisoft, Michael Hyam from GameSpot, and Rose Lung from G4, all kind of discussing doing a roundtable discussion on how we've been doing since the unfortunate events that took place in Atlanta, Georgia early this year, and how we've been all doing. We're all one, AAPI family. So we like to talk about the things, have some discussions on how we want the industry to take note and how we want the world to do better and so on and so forth. So that'll be Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. That'll be there. Other than that, my band's filming a music video in a couple weeks. I'm not fucking excited for that because music videos are stressful.
They do suck.
Yeah, it sucks. I'm excited but not excited.
The better the video, the worse the shooting.
That's
what I've learned.
So that actually brings me a question. How was the shooting for Annihilation?
It's not fun. Our worst music video, though, was When Everything Means Nothing, because if you watch it, all that water is real water from a fire hose. And
very nice.
it was 40 degrees
Oh,
outside.
no.
And we would have to, each member had to do a playthrough of the song while the fire hose was spraying them. And then we had a hot shower waiting in the house, outside of the house we were shooting at.
Oh,
So we
God.
just sprinted straight to the shower, but like when the water hits you, you like can't breathe because it
Oh
was so
yeah, I
cold.
know
And then
that.
In our video Price of Agony, we played in front of an actual giant, like 50-foot fire, and we were like cooking. So,
Oh my god, that's wild.
that's what I mean. The cooler the video, the more miserable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You pay for your art. But yeah, no. So after this, I'm gonna be hosting a little post show on Twitch that we can probably carry over to the Good Kraken show. You guys have a show later tonight, as I recall.
Yeah, here in like basically just gonna start like right after we get off here. So
Okay. So I'm gonna do a little post show, do a quick little stream on Twitch, and then I'm gonna carry that over to you guys, hopefully. But if you are watching the recording on YouTube, I hope you have a wonderful night. And if you're watching right now, I also hope you have a wonderful night and join me on Twitch so we can carry on some love over to Ernell and Devin, I believe, is joining you tonight.
Devin, our boy Devin.
There we go. So yeah, you all have a great night and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.